Premiere. Today we're going to talk about portion sizes. Okay. Last week we talked about, fueling yourself with the correct foods and thinking about what we're putting in ourselves as fuel as opposed to just food. All right. So even if we're eating all the right foods, as Americans, we're eating way too much. Surprise. So, excuse me. If you do that every once in a while, okay, no big deal, special occasions type of deal. It's not a big deal. But if you're eating twice the amount you're supposed to be eating, or three times the amount you're supposed to be eating in every meal, that can be a problem. And even if you're, I was young and I could eat whatever I wanted to and not gain an ounce and all this other stuff, it's gonna catch up to you, believe me. You're gonna find yourself working yourself like crazy just to stay in decent shape. So why do that to yourself? Okay? So, especially as the holidays approach, Thanksgiving's not that far off. When I talk about this for just a second, portion sizes, and a little tip that I was given a while back to help you with this, because this is something I struggled with for quite a while, because we were brought up with the idea of, okay, if you put it on your plate, you gotta eat it, right? Well, I understand what they're getting with, you don't waste food, all that kind of stuff. Just because it's on your plate doesn't mean you need to finish it. You can save it for later. Okay? So, and I brought a little bit of a visual for you to help you out as a little bit of a tip. I guess it can help you trick your mind into thinking, into realizing you're full before you overeat, okay? Because I know we're so used to these big portion sizes that we eat and eat and eat until we're overfull, okay? Because our brain doesn't tell our stomach that we're full until after we're overfull, okay? So first of all, slow down, slow your roll, savor the flavor, chew, let it sit for a minute. All right, now, this is a platter size, or the average plate size that we probably use, especially around Thanksgiving and, to eat off of, okay? This is a saucer. Most people don't use as much, but if you put your food on this as opposed to this, the proper portion sizes are going to look huge, okay? And you're going to feel full because your mind says, man, I ate that whole plate, right? There's a ton on here. It looks like a lot. Now, if you put the proper portion sizes on here, it doesn't look like much. I mean, if you think about it, proper portion size of like a chicken or a beef or whatever, your meat, it's only supposed to be about the size of your palm, right? I can't remember the ounces. I would have to look that up to be 100% sure to give you a correct number, but use this as a visual, right? Not that much. You can pile all sorts of stuff around that to make it look like a lot. But again, you're overfilling yourself. Put it on here, that's darn near half your plate, right? So, for starters, use the smaller plate. And it looks like a whole heck of a lot more than what you're really eating, and tricks your mind into realizing that you're full long before you would if you use that big plate. All right, so that should help you out a little bit, especially beginning to get those portion sizes correctly. We'll go through and kind of later on talk about correct portion sizes and give you a pretty good idea of what those are, because a lot of people don't know what the proper portion sizes are because they've been eating 2-3 times the amount they should be at a time from the time they were young. Because that's, you know, you go out to a restaurant and they're gonna give you, yeah, you pay a lot, sure you do, because they're giving you a minimum of 2 times the amount of food you should be eating for a meal, right? There's no shame in cutting that in half and taking some home. Paid the same amount and got 2 meals out of 1. All right? So, use a smaller plate, ask for a box. Give yourself more for less. All right? And I guarantee you will see results. All right? So, use your food as fuel and the proper portion sizes, and that should help out tremendously. All right? We'll be back next time to talk about more. So stay tuned. Click that like button right down there. Comment, share, let me know what you think. What you'd like to see more of. Okay? So I will see you next time. Enjoy. Have a good day.